Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. I'm here today at my dermatologist, Dr. Russak's office in New York City. I'm going to be asking her all of my skincare questions and she's going to answer them, so let's go. Okay, Dr. Russak, I feel like there used to be a lot of stigma around fillers and Botox, and I want to just have an open and honest conversation with you about both of these things because, you know, there's a lot of talk, a lot of rumors, what it does, what it doesn't do, be careful, watch out. So we're going to air it all out here
I'm
today.
so glad that you're asking that because when I get a new patient, that's exactly what we do.
Yeah.
The first thing that we need to do is actually disperse those myths because everybody has some form of preconception and they all think about when they come for Botox about their mother or grandmother and the ice skating rink on the forehead. And everybody's afraid of that.
Yeah, totally. What is the main difference between filler and Botox?
Completely different. Nothing to do with each other.
Okay.
So Botox is a muscle relaxant. And I do stress it to my patients. It relaxes your muscles. It doesn't freeze them if it's done the right way. And if it's done the right way, you should actually still have full facial expressions because it's not really a frozen ice skating rink that is making you look much younger, right? The fact that you don't have any expression on your face doesn't mean that you look young because young people have facial expressions. You laugh. You have fine lines around the eyes when you laugh. You want to elevate your eyebrows and you want to frown when you're really angry with somebody. That's not what makes us old. What makes us looking older is those edged deep lines and some forms of facial expression. And Botox really at this point can help us to eliminate that and prevent that. It's really about prevention. We do Botox so differently right now than in the past. We do very little. We do it at a much younger age, and we really just relax the muscles that we are starting to see working a little bit too strongly, where they really want to crease the skin into those edged lines. So if you don't really strongly crease the skin, you're just never going to develop the lines. That's what Botox is about.
It's really funny. As you're telling this, I remember one of the first times I came to see you when I first started seeing you, and we were just talking generally about like skin and all of that, and I made a face, like a frowning face that I can't even make. And as a preventative measure, Dr. Russak, you were like, stop making that face because it's going to stay like that.
Exactly. It's a pulling down the corners of the mouth. And in general, all of that, us frowning or us being extremely surprised and constantly creasing the forehead, that's what we look for. And I talk to my patients when they come in. I talk to them and they think that I just like to talk, which is true too. But I really want to see what are the facial expressions that they're making and if they're making anything too much that is already starting to crease their skin, and then we relax it.
Amazing. So that's Botox.
That's Botox.
What about filler?
So filler, majority of fillers right now on the US market are hyaluronic acid based. Hyaluronic acid is a natural molecule that we have. It's a very hydrating molecule, and we also use it very differently right now in dermatology. We still call it a filler because it's comes to us from the old days when somebody looked at the face, noticed the line and said, oh my God, what if we'll get rid of this line? We're all going to be these beautiful young looking selves. And we developed a filler. And then we had a whole generation of women walking around as chipmunks or having golf balls in their cheeks. You all know who I'm talking about. So fillers are also used very differently right now. We actually know anatomically why we age. And it starts much earlier than we think. And it actually starts with changes in our bone structures and support structures, like fat pads. Think about the young face of somebody as a baby. It's a well-lit balloon with beautiful reflections of the light. That's what fillers allow us to do right now. It's about restoring that useful appearance and support structures. It's really not about filler into the line because aliens don't have any lines on their face, but they don't look human also. And that's what we don't want. We want you to look exactly like you. And maintain who you are and not change your appearance, which is also very important. I really talk to my patients a lot and try to convince them sometimes it's okay to have a line on your face. That's not what ages you. It really changes in the anatomy of the face into the three-dimensional structure. And that's what fillers allow us to do, to really recreate useful three-dimensional structure of the face, but also support it. Fillers are also preventative. If you do it earlier until your face hasn't come down all the way by gravity, you can really maintain it much better.
Interesting. Okay, next question, Dr. Russak. How long does it take to see results when you do filler and Botox, and how long does it last once you get it?
So Botox is muscle relaxant. It takes a little bit of time. So usually 2 weeks is when you get your optimal results. But the great thing about it is that it's gradual. So it's not like you walk into the office and you walk out completely different. It's really gradual, so it's very, very subtle. And all you're feeling in 2 weeks is that your muscles are just more relaxed. Your look is much more open. Did you know that Botox recently got approval for anti-depression?
What?
So it's a treatment for depression, and it makes sense. When your forehead is nice and open and you're kind of not frowning and not heavy here, just look happier and feel happier.
Huh. So it's like almost
There's a lot
like
of benefits.
that muscle memory. Like
It is.
If you
If you smile,
you
if you
feel
smile and if
happier.
you laugh, you look happier.
And then
and
you
you feel
happier.
The same thing with Botox.
What? That's so crazy. Okay, and then for filler, once you get it, is that an immediate result
Filler is
or
great.
also?
Filler is instant gratification.
Okay.
You come out and you look like somebody just took off 5 years from you.
Whoa. Okay.
But it also starts looking better and better.
Yeah.
Especially with hyaluronic acid, but then there's also a lot of fillers right now that are biostimulatory, which means that they stimulate your own regeneration. So as the filler starts taking effect, it produces and promotes collagen and hyaluronic acid, so the skin becomes tighter and more hydrated, so it actually gets better. And then your body naturally starts dissolving it. We have an enzyme called hyaluronidase, breaks down our own hyaluronic acid and breaks down the filler hyaluronic acid.
That was my next question. So you can, I've like seen on Instagram people talking about like dissolving their filler, so you can, if you get too much or if you want to get rid of it, you can.
You can.
Yeah.
You can potentially dissolve hyaluronic acid filler.
Yeah.
With some biostimulatory fillers, you can, but usually everybody's happy with them because they're also not just about filler. They're really about increasing and promoting health and texture of your skin. So they get better. But texture and health of your skin is collagen and elastin. We break down our collagen and elastin, so with time you will just age out of it.
Are there any side effects to filler or Botox, like short term, long term?
So you're injecting something into your face. It's an actual injection. We use needles, we use cannulas to inject it. So when you do it with somebody who doesn't know anatomy, that's usually when we see a lot of side effects.
Right.
You have to know the anatomy of the face. You have to make sure that where you're having your fillers done, it's a reputable place. It's a board-certified dermatologist or plastic surgeon. You need to have a sterile environment. You need to, as I said, that know anatomy and know good techniques.
Next question, real talk, Dr. Russak. How painful is it to get filler or Botox?
So Botox we inject through the tiniest needles, the same one that we do the TB test or vaccine for little children. In reality, it's not painful without any numbing. We do give you ice, or sometimes we numb patients just because I actually don't tolerate any pain. So we baby our patients, but it's not painful.
Okay.
And we definitely numb you before filler.
Okay, good to know. So Dr. Russak, if you do get Botox and filler, how soon after do you need to come back and get it again if you want to?
So Botox as a muscle relaxant is a protein. Our body breaks down proteins. So everybody breaks it down on a different schedule. We usually say from 3 to 5 months, and you kind of will know yourself. And sometimes it's a little bit faster, sometimes it's a little bit slower. If you're a marathon runner, you will definitely run through your Botox much faster.
What?
Yes, because your metabolic rate is much faster and you just break down your proteins much faster. I tell my marathon runner patients don't even bother coming in before a marathon because they can literally run through it in the marathon.
I feel like you can't win. Like you're exercising and you're getting, but like
I didn't say you don't exercise.
Yeah.
You should definitely exercise.
I know. Yeah, definitely.
But absolutely,
Yeah.
there's no cookie cutter approach for it.
Yeah.
You have to really, it's all customizable. And the same thing with fillers, because a lot of fillers are biostimulatory. So it all depends in reality how good your body produces collagen and responds to stimulation, but also how fast it breaks it down. So being good to yourself, having a healthy diet, eating enough proteins, decreasing inflammation in your body, increasing and supporting your collagen production will make your filler last longer.
Okay, everyone, we hope that you found this video helpful and informative. Thank you, Dr. Russak, for being here.
My pleasure, Emily.
Let us know in the comment section below what other questions you have for Dr. Russak, and we'll see you guys next time. Bye.
Bye.